Good morning, everyone, and my name is Suzanne Purcell, General Manager of CitA, and you're all very welcome to day 3 in the full week of the sponsor demo week for the CitA BIM Gathering 2021, the 5th BIM Gathering to be taking place. So during this sponsors demo week, we are hearing presentations from our 8 platinum sponsors. We have 10 sponsors in total, 2 gold and 8 platinum. So we are delighted to have the support of these companies. Without them, really, the events wouldn't be taking place. So just to say, for any of those who aren't aware yet, there are group ticket offerings available. There are plenty of companies who are availing of these 5 for the price of 3 or 3 for the price of 2. If you'd like to receive an invoice instead of paying by PayPal on the website, please get in touch with Samantha Whitby, swhitby@cita.ie. So this is just showing you a quick overview for anyone who has missed it. All of the recordings, all of the events are recorded and they will be released over the next week or so. So you will be able to catch up on them if you have missed them. Today, we are delighted to have Amanda Fennell and Brian Roche and Matthew Donaldson providing presentations for us today. And there's on the talks that they are providing. So Autodesk Construction Cloud, their talk is on an introduction to Autodesk Construction Cloud, and Matthew Donaldson, he's going to be talking about ITWO Costex, smarter, faster, and more accurate. So I'm just going to hand over now, and I hope you enjoy the event. Thank you.
A recording of the webinar in the next few days, should you wish to replay it. As Autodesk is a publicly traded company, I'd like to bring your attention to our safe harbor statement. This is in place to make you aware that there may be forward-looking statements in this webinar. They are based on current expectations, and because they may be subject to uncertainties outside our control, this may cause results to differ from the statements made today. Moving on to the main event, I'll give a short introduction to both myself and Brian. I'm Director of Marketing for Autodesk Construction Solutions across the EMEA region. I've been with Autodesk for 2.5 years, joining from the acquisition of PlanGrid in 2019, and I'm based in Dublin. Brian Roche is an account executive for Autodesk Construction Solutions, focusing on the Irish market. He joined Autodesk in 2019, also following the PlanGrid acquisition. Brian is based in Cork, where he lives with his wife and daughter, and covers the island of Ireland, working mainly with contractors, owners, and specialty engineering companies. I'll just take a minute to run through the agenda. I'll share an overview of Autodesk's unified platform to outline the vision behind this technology for the construction industry. Brian will provide a deep dive of Autodesk Build, our newest product offering for the sector. And as I mentioned, we'll have a short Q&A following the presentations. So please do submit your questions through the question box. So let's start with the trends we're seeing in the industry. Firstly, construction continues to be one of the least productive industries globally, driven by a few key factors. Production methods have essentially remained unchanged and are marked by a lack of repeatability and predictability. There is a shortage of skilled labor and a highly fragmented supply chain. Also, poor risk management leads to costly rework and both budget and schedule overruns. The second biggest trend we're seeing is that investment in M&A in the construction technology market has seen accelerated growth. Construction tech startups continue to see interest from both sector-specific VCs and generalist VCs. And finally, while construction has traditionally been a laggard in terms of technology adoption, over the last 5 years, there has been a growing demand for technology in the sector. Mobile and cloud computing are enabling project teams to bring technology out of the office and onto the construction site, which is driving increased adoption. When you layer on top of this the COVID-19 pandemic, which shut down sites and pushed project teams to work from home, this encouraged many firms to increase their use of technology. Despite the impact of the unprecedented 18 months, the mission for Autodesk Construction Solutions has remained the same: to help construction teams meet the world's rapidly expanding building and infrastructure needs while making construction more predictable, safe, and sustainable. We know construction is in a period of explosive growth, and at the same time, new processes and technologies are being introduced at an equally exciting pace. There is huge opportunity within the construction industry to improve collaboration in projects and tackle the fragmentation of the sector. A typical construction project is made of multiple teams across all phases of the project lifecycle. Owners, main contractors, and subcontractors may all use different systems. In fact, 25% of construction companies use 5 or more different software applications, which in turn makes integration and communication harder and limits the use of project data. The communication within a team can happen through various formats, including paper. Actually, more than 70% of the global construction industry is still working from traditional paper-based processes. And to make things more interesting, this collaboration issue has an added layer of complexity when we consider the communication between different teams. So how do we connect teams, workflows, and data? In order to answer this question, I'd like to talk about Autodesk's construction vision. Our core construction strategy covers 3 key pillars. First, digitization. We are fully reimagining the construction business for the digital age. It isn't just about moving off paper, although that's an important first step. It's really about enhancing the way information is shared in ways that often weren't possible before. We're helping to leverage connected devices in the office and in the field to expand access to project information. This helps everyone on the project team to make faster and better decisions. Next, workflow integration. We're focused on integrating business processes and automate manual workflows, helping to break down the data silos that currently exist across your financial systems, tendering, project management, and maintenance systems, so you can connect all of the data and make decisions more effectively across the whole project lifecycle. And finally, now that you are digitalizing and capturing more critical information, we support you to optimize your data by automatically extracting powerful insights to understand a wide range of issues and risks before they happen. This allows you to deliver more projects profitably, safely, and on time, every time. So I'd like to show you a short video of the Autodesk Construction Cloud before I hand over to Brian.
The construction industry is changing fast. How do we scale to face the challenges ahead? How do we bring every person on every team closer together? It begins with technology that builds trust, technology that unites us, purpose-built for each critical role on and off the construction site, technology that drives collaboration rather than preventing it. We call this connected construction. We call this Autodesk Construction Cloud. Advanced technology delivering simple and powerful tools. A builder's network connecting teams and delivering partnerships. Predictive insights reducing risk, cost, and rework. Design, plan, build, operate. All with Autodesk Construction Cloud.
Thank you, and I'll now hand over to Brian.
Thanks, Amanda, and hi everybody. We appreciate you joining us today. So as Amanda introduced me earlier, my name is Brian Roche and I'm an account executive with Autodesk Construction Solutions. So in order to help us materialize our vision, 2 years ago at Autodesk University, we introduced the Autodesk Construction Cloud vision. And to deliver on this vision, we have also shared with you our product development strategy. First, continued investment in all of the products in our product portfolio. Secondly, building meaningful interactions and integrations between these products so that you can carry out end-to-end workflows across these products, and ultimately to unify these products into a cohesive platform so that you can get the full benefit right out of the box. In fact, more than $1 billion has been invested in technology over the last 2 years to bring us where we are today with the Autodesk Construction Cloud. And I'm very happy to say that we've made incredible progress in all three areas. So today, we'd like to talk a little bit more about this vision on unification. From the start, we've always talked about how the Autodesk Construction Cloud is about bringing the best of BIM 360 and PlanGrid together, but it's a lot more than that. It's about addressing feedback and requests that we've heard from our customers for both BIM 360 and PlanGrid. And Autodesk Build is how we've packaged together the best of these solutions. But it doesn't only merge the products together, it also extends them with exciting new features and functionalities. So let's jump into an overview of Autodesk Construction Cloud. The Autodesk Construction Cloud, or ACC for short, it connects data, workflows, and teams throughout the entire building lifecycle, from design to operations across head offices, site offices, and construction sites. We have also recently announced at Autodesk University 3 new additions to the ACC platform, those being Autodesk Build, Autodesk Takeoff, and Autodesk Bim Collaborate. Built on a unified platform and common data environment, these new modules empower main contractors, subcontractors, and specialty trades, designers, and owners to drive better business outcomes for themselves. So, what does this mean for you? These new products, they support teams, whether they're in the office, on site. They bring data together to support connected workflows for projects, and they deliver powerful insights to highlight and mitigate risks across the project and the businesses. In our unified platform, there are 3 new products. Those are Autodesk Bim Collaborate, which enables project teams to align and execute on design intent by managing the entire design collaboration and coordination workflow from a single solution. This helps customers reduce work, improve productivity, and accelerate quality project delivery. Then we have Autodesk Takeoff. This is our solution for quantification workflows. It's designed to empower estimators to automate 2D and 3D quantification from a single comprehensive platform. And then last but not least, our Autodesk Build solution, which we'll be looking at in quite a lot of detail shortly. So Autodesk Build delivers a connected set of site execution and project management tools for construction companies and professionals in a single source of truth platform. It's easy to deploy, adopt, and use. And at the same time, the information sharing and workflows are performed in a tightly controlled yet highly configurable environment. From our current customers, Autodesk Build capabilities capitalizes on best-in-class features of BIM 360 and PlanGrid, while also delivering new capabilities. Autodesk Build is a single module in our unified platform that supports site and project management workflows like snagging, defect management RFIs, safety management workflows, commissioning, project closeout, and also cost control workflows. One key thing to notice, Autodesk Build is reinforced by Autodesk Docs and Insights. So what's important to note is that all 3 of these solutions, Autodesk Build, Takeoff, and Bim Collaborate, share the same document management environment. So Autodesk Docs is the sort of middle layer that you will see right here that feeds data to all 3 modules. We built it this way to provide a single connected document management platform to standardize document control and approval workflows, streamline the processes for distribution of drawings, models, and documents, and also increasing collaboration across project teams for the entirety of the project lifecycle. Additionally, Autodesk Build allows teams to leverage and extract data to improve their business outcomes. And executives can see holistically how all projects are performing. Users can configure dashboards based on risk, design, controls, quality and safety, and insights can be used to predict and mitigate risk going forward. Autodesk Build also enables real-time collaboration between teams in the office and on site with the PlanGrid Build mobile app, which provides capabilities such as RFI creation, issue tracking, and up-to-date drawings and markups. The PlanGrid Build mobile app ensures that changes are immediately available to reduce miscommunication, errors, and rework on site. We have a number of modules designed to help with a multitude of your requirements, addressing specific workflows and ultimately helping you achieve your desired business and project outcomes. By centralizing the data generated throughout all of the workflows in a shared data environment, teams can ensure compliance with industry standards, controlled information distribution, and they can also have access to accurate information anytime, anywhere. This is the ideal foundation for successful project management outcomes and also the foundation of the unified platform. Can you move forward, Amanda, please? And one more, thank you. When it comes to document control, the right software can provide a single cloud-based central repository for all project documentation, making real-time communication and document exchange between teams and disciplines possible. You can absolutely have exactly the data and the files that you need whenever and wherever you need them, whether you're meeting at your client's offices or on site with an iPad or with your team or with various other trades. Autodesk Build provides tight yet flexible permission controls and the ability to easily share the information each project stakeholder needs when they need it and on the device they have with them. Version control is integral to an organized project, but it's not always the easiest task, as we know. In fact, if it's not managed correctly, it can easily turn your project into a bit of a nightmare. Many people will handle your project documents many times from its first iteration to its final one. So if you're not proactively managing the progress of the project, it could easily slip away from you. But using Autodesk Docs, you can easily distribute the latest documentation, view previous versions, and even compare drawings to quickly see the changes and how they may affect coordination between trades. And also looking at logistical issues, cause of rework due to clashes, etc., and those types of insights. So we've got a robust and customizable approval workflow engine to allow multiple parties to automate the review and approval processes for drawings, models, and lots of other types of documentation. This includes marking up and commenting on this documentation, and also it allows you to set the status of approvals, such as accepted, accepted with comments, or even rejected. A different number of step approvals can be set up depending on the approval process required for a specific workflow that you're looking to achieve. On the project management front, Autodesk Build helps keep projects on track with configurable, streamlined, and connected project management workflows, whether it comes to managing RFIs, submittals, meeting minutes, daily reports, and progress tracking. You can also capture and track all of the work in one place with unified issue tracking, which allows you to create tasks from desktop or mobile and easily search, filter, and collect the information that you need with customized issue categories, which I'll talk a little bit more in more detail shortly. RFIs are, well, they're very time consuming and they're often created where there's a contractual check and balance between the contractor and the design team. In the current era of coordination, they can seem like a frustrating return to protectionism and inefficiency, and yet there's no escaping their contractual necessity on the job site. Each of these communications has to follow a prescribed path for review and approval, and every contractor has a defined process and often a set of software applications to manage these workflows. So how can we streamline communication between teams, ensure the continuity of project data, and promote coordination and issue resolution? Well, using Autodesk Build RFI tool, you can seamlessly manage the entire process, making it easier to define workflows, track status, and connect RFIs to other items and processes across the project's lifecycle. For example, an RFI can be converted to a variation or change order, or linked to multiple issues or markups, reducing the risk of data loss and helping teams resolve RFIs faster. Our submittals tracking capability provides project control workflows that meet common contractual deliverables. In the submittals process, Autodesk Build allows flexibility for users to create items in the submittal log, add items to a submittal package, and submit items and collaborate in the activity section, ensuring accountability, reducing the risk of errors, and minimizing delays by seamlessly moving submittal items through the review, approval, and distribution process. Because submittals are centrally managed within the unified platform and accessible from the site, you'll be able to access critical submittal data whenever and wherever you need it. For managing meetings, all meeting records are centralized and organized in Autodesk Build. keeping an accurate historical record for audit processes and purposes, and which is extremely important. Project members can collaborate with the minutes recorded, like linked documents, RFIs, and other references, but most importantly, being able to assign action items. All of that information is accessible from anywhere, with meeting minutes available on the mobile devices too. So you can definitely say goodbye to disconnected emails that run the risk of people missing critical information. Visibility into the status of a job is important for day-to-day project management, as well as being able to look back at daily activity if a dispute needs to be resolved later in the project. But generally, we're investing heavily in forms in Autodesk Build, which I'll talk in more detail about shortly from a quality and safety perspective, but starting with daily reports or daily diaries, which you can customize and also quickly access and complete from mobile devices. We've made it easier to track on-site activities, including workflow, workforce numbers, equipment, materials, automatically record the weather, and capture much more with our highly configurable form builder. But progress tracking is something customers have been asking for, and so we've delivered. We've built a great tool to overlay annotations on drawings, allowing you to track, visualize, and report on construction progress from site via our mobile app. So if you wanted to capture progress or an area handover, you can simply create a sequence of activities and then using the markup tools, such as highlighter, indicate what areas on the drawings are complete, handed over, in progress, and lots and lots more. So it's highly configurable. Now, we didn't stop with just making sure that we have those core project management requirements addressed. We went a step further with addressing quality management processes. And this is how you're really seeing the fusion of our BIM 360 tools and the best-in-class PlanGrid user interface and experience. And customers have seen with like tools like Forms, for example. From a proactive quality management perspective, in Autodesk Build, you can have all of your quality-related forms uploaded as smart editable PDFs, which are great for when you want to run forms to look, when you want forms to look familiar and less change management, excuse me, when moving from paper to digital. Or you can just create forms from scratch using our highly convertible or configurable form builder tool. You can also very easily create a number of different templates that you can use across all of your projects. Your non-conformance reports, quality checklists, audits, and more can all be completed and captured in Autodesk Build, helping you to reduce rework and deliver projects to a high level of quality. And from a reactive quality management standpoint, snagging and defect management are obviously an important requirement for closing out the project and ensuring a quality handover and ensuring that you get paid. So you can identify and fix errors faster with mobile snagging. Capture any defects with photos, videos, or comments to ensure that issues are resolved and resolved quickly and correctly. It's our centralized issue management tool that really enables quality processes such as snagging, for example, to allow you to view and track issues in a unified issue log. So whether it's a snag you're capturing, defect, incomplete work, coordination issue, or many other different types of things, they can all be linked to locations in a 2D sheet or 3D model, linked to meeting minutes and elevated to an RFI and more. And when it comes to safety management, you can also apply the same advanced capabilities I've just covered around forms and issues to your safety management protocols, enabling the whole team to contribute to safety. You can build standardized safety plans for your projects, communicate safety standards, and create and distribute safety forms between the office and the site seamlessly. Forms such as safety inspections can be carried out via the mobile app, with the ability to add photos or comments to identify, record, and resolve any issues or common problems that you're encountering. You can also undertake safety training, such as toolbox talks, and leverage meeting minutes to track agendas and assign action items, and easily distribute safety training materials to site with a dedicated folder. You can monitor safety on site by logging safety issues and root causes of issues, by leveraging insight dashboards focused on safety. You'll also be able to more easily identify trending observations and additional training and risk mitigation, which I'll touch upon in more detail shortly. And when it comes to project closeout, again, we've leveraged Autodesk Build's strength of connecting data from the field and the office to ensure the documentation you need is at your fingertips. Autodesk Build can reduce the amount of heavy lifting to close out a project successfully by accessing asset data in the field, performing commissioning, and resolving defects while reducing risks. Now, commissioning is a fundamental process on any job, right? So Autodesk Build can reduce the amount of heavy lifting to close out a project successfully by accessing asset data on site, performing commissioning and resolving defects while reducing risks, as we mentioned earlier. But leveraging the asset capability, your engineers and commissioning teams can carry out the quality inspections or commissioning checklists, capture any issues linked directly to an asset. They can track critical information as well as having that information available for handover to the client. And when it comes to handing over documentation, such as from a main contractor to the client, we have an easy way to navigate folder structures where documents can be downloaded as the most up-to-date record and hard copy of a project with live hyperlinks, photos, and markups. And you can generate fast, complete as-built records to enable efficient operations and FM, including the export of drawings, models, documents, and photos, perfect for a seamless handover to the client. Another area that we've heard is increasingly important for our customers is cost and change management, which I'd like to touch briefly upon. Customers want to connect project management functionality to cost, in other words, RFIs to actionable variation or change orders, and see how these changes are actually impacting the overall budget. Our cost management tool allows you to drive forecast accuracy and predictable cash flow with real-time information and visibility into cost-related risks. From the ground up, you can create working budgets that project project teams can execute on. And you can also improve budget control and streamline the contract creation process with customizable and flexible budget templates. Autodesk Build allows teams to leverage and extract data to improve business and project outcomes. Leveraging the machine learning technology of Construction IQ, Insights delivers curated and configurable views of project data relevant to individual needs, visibility into the performance of one or many jobs, and also predicts and prioritizes risk factors. So as you can see, we have a lot of great capabilities in Autodesk Build. The important thing that shouldn't be lost in all of this is that not only do we have lots of different tools that owners, contractors, designers, and engineers like yourselves need, but all of those tools are fully connected as they're all unified within a single platform, and that's where the real value exists. Sorry about that. And last but not least, the administration capabilities of BIM 360 are plugged into the unified framework to enable enterprise-grade administration of users and projects, so that through a single administration module, enterprises can manage what is available to whom, understand who is using what modules, perform batch administration operations, and quickly get projects started with templating rollout changes to multiple projects centrally.
Thanks, Brian, for that excellent overview. So this pretty much summarized everything we had to present today, starting with how we got here, moving to how we translated the Autodesk Construction Cloud vision to a suite of connected products, and finishing with a quick overview of Autodesk Build. We hope you've all enjoyed this session, and as you can tell, we're very excited to talk to you about and bring these solutions to you. So we'd just like to move to the Q&A session. We've had a few questions like that we wanted to address during the course of the presentations. So Brian, I hope you're ready for a few questions. The first one we've got is, does Autodesk Build come with a document management solution?
Yeah, good question. Yes, Autodesk Build comes with Autodesk Docs, which enables you to store and manage all project documentation from design through to operations in a single source of truth, common data environment.
Okay, sounds good. Another one, there's a question about Autodesk Build and what sort of mobile solution is available.
Absolutely, another great question. Yeah, Autodesk Build, it includes the PlanGrid Build mobile app. It's on iOS and Android, and it's there. It started out as PlanGrid. Now it's PlanGrid Build app. It's something that's massively used in the field, and it really empowers teams to capture data from site and assists them with day-to-day actioning items.
Cool, thank you. And an important question as well is in what countries is the platform available? Is it available to all? And I suppose specifically for this audience, what can European customers expect from Autodesk Build?
Okay, so the platform is available globally. In terms of specifically for European or EMEA customers, we've taken into consideration various factors like languages being the obvious one, but also other areas we have and are continuing to invest in for those in the EMEA area. So it's something that it's continuously moving, continuously changing. We're making sure that localizations are as available as possible, but it's something that's ongoing. We're always investing in and working on.
Brilliant. And I know standards is an important thing. So one question relates to that. So how does Autodesk Build support ISO 19650 requirements?
So Autodesk Build, it has workflows which help firms to achieve and adhere to ISO 19650. It is definitely compatible. It also, something we're discussing more and more is how it's helping our clients standardize their naming conventions, which helps massively when they're working with lots of different stakeholders and subcontractors. Like we have many large companies like Mercury Engineering being one where would be a great example of how they're using this feature to help push their projects along, and specifically with areas like naming conventions and standardization of standards.
Brilliant. So how does Autodesk Build support ISO 19650 requirements?
So Autodesk Build, it has workflows which help firms to achieve and adhere to ISO 19650. It is definitely compatible. It also, something we're discussing more and more is how it's helping our clients standardize their naming conventions, which helps massively when they're working with lots of different stakeholders and subcontractors. Like we have many large companies like Mercury Engineering being one where would be a great example of how they're using this feature to help push their projects along, and specifically with areas like naming conventions and standardization of standards.
So Brian, another question here. If I'm currently working on BIM 360 or PlanGrid, will I be affected? Will there be additional logins my team need to keep track of?
Okay, brilliant question. Thanks, Amanda. So I suppose the short answer is no. We're still investing and releasing new functionality in both BIM 360 and PlanGrid. So your projects in those solutions will not be impacted, and we will continue to support you on those. The longer answer is Autodesk Build brings together the best capabilities of BIM 360 and PlanGrid. So when you're ready, you can start a new project in Autodesk Build. Just like BIM 360 and PlanGrid, you can log into the Autodesk Construction Cloud using your Autodesk ID. And when you log in, you'll be able to see all of your projects via the single login. The workflows in Autodesk Build are built on the same foundations as BIM 360 and PlanGrid, and with a simple and easy to use user interface. So starting new projects for teams coming from their product will be seamless.
Brilliant. I think we're up to the wire with the, so we have no time for any further questions. Thanks, Brian, for those.
No worries. Thank you, Amanda, and thank you everybody for taking the time out to tune into the webinar today. For any more information on the unified platform, just please visit our website. Just Google construction.autodesk.com and you should be fine.
That's great. Thank you so much, Brian and Amanda from Autodesk Construction Cloud. We really appreciated you taking the time to deliver that presentation, which had great content and everything in it. We would now like